son's skin would be. A year into the coronavirus pandemic, and states are still struggling to keep up with the sheer number of unemployment claims.
Virginia tells us that the 1.5 million claims have now been filed since last March, which is more than the last 10 years combined. And more than 850,000 claims have been filed in Maryland. But there are tens of thousands of people who are still waiting for answers and waiting for their money.
Consumer reporter Susan Hogan is working for you with what's behind the delays and what's being done to fix them.
At the start of 2020, Chris Gaskell was at the top of his game.
I actually worked for a tech catering startup.
Life was good, hobnobbing with VIPs, winning awards.
We've gotten all sorts of awards.
But 7 months into the pandemic, his career came to a screeching halt.
They kept me on as long as they could.
Chris got furloughed and in October filed for unemployment in Virginia.
Got my PIN number.
But now, 5 months later, Chris has yet to receive 1 penny in unemployment benefits and has blown through his savings.
Unfortunately, I'm down to the part where I'm scared because I have, I think, maybe $1,000 left to my name.
And even more frustrating, he has no idea what's holding up his case.
I would happily do whatever I needed to solve the outstanding issue if I could only know what that issue is.
We've heard this same complaint from so many of you, but here's the deal. No matter which state you're filing in, when your claim has an outstanding issue, it's flagged for what's called adjudication, meaning it requires further investigation. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do except wait for the unemployment office to contact you, and that could take months. Here's why. Maryland currently has nearly 33,000 cases in adjudication. Virginia, about 3,000. And they tell us they hope to have those cleared in the next week. The district did not provide us with their numbers for this story. Another problem we're hearing about, technical issues. People unable to access their accounts or even file their weekly certifications, and not being able to reach anyone for help.
One of the issues that a lot of people are running up against is that they can't get someone to respond to them by phone, they're waiting on hold for a long time, or even emails aren't being responded to.
And that's despite the state's reassigning employees and hiring hundreds of people to help out. More than 1,100 total in Maryland, with plans to add nearly 2,000 more. Virginia has added 340 people and is getting ready to hire more than 500.
Those states, for the large part, have hired people to work in call centers to answer calls from people who need assistance. They aren't caseworkers who can actually solve issues with unemployment applications or benefit claims.
I'm scared I'm going to be evicted.
And if you're like Chris and already behind on your bills, we're working for you with what you need to do right now. Contact your landlord immediately. Don't ignore the problem. If you can't pay your rent in full, give what you can and ask about a payment plan. While you may qualify for protection under the CDC's eviction moratorium, you must fill out a declaration form and give it to your landlord. Apply for rent assistance programs. Every state has them, but also check with your city and county. Your utility companies may also have free money for you, but again, you need to contact them and ask. By the way, the nearly $2 trillion aid package passed by Congress this week will tack on an extra $300 a week to unemployment benefits through September. Now, the CDC's eviction moratorium ends March 31st, and there's no word whether that will be extended. I'm Susan Hogan, News 4.
Oh, thank you, Susan. Still ahead. New